morning, dear students. Welcome back once again. I hope you all are good, fit and fine, and you all are studying regularly as your exams are very near now. So students, you must work hard. Those who work hard will definitely achieve good marks. So on that note, let's start our today's session, which will be a revision session. Today we will revise our chapter which will be coming in semester 1 exam, plus we will discuss the pattern of our exam. Okay, so let's get started. So let's first discuss the pattern of the exam. Students, you all know that your EVS exam will be on 14th of October, right? And timings will be from 8 to 10. That means you are having 2 hours to complete your paper. You will get a Google link on your WhatsApp group. You have to open that and attempt your paper within 2 hours. Now, students, your exam, EVS exam will be divided into 2 sections. Section A and Section B. Section A will be objective type. That means only tick mark questions will be there. And that section consists 20 marks. Okay, section B is subjective type. That means you will get the questions and you have to write down their answers on A4 size sheet, and that section also consists of 20 marks. So total EVS exam is of 40 marks. Okay students, now let's see how you have to write down the answers of both these sections. Students, you all know that you will get a Google link on the WhatsApp group. Once you open the link, you will get details page, right? You have to fill your information, that is your email ID, your name, class, section, roll number, etc. Right? Then after, you have to click on next option. Once you click on next option, you will get objective type paper. You have to mark the answers in the Google link, plus you have to write down the answers on A4 size sheet. So keep one A4 size sheet ready with you. On that sheet, mention all these details. Firstly, write down the date of your exam, then subject, your name, class and section, and roll number. Then put down the heading objective. One side science and another side you will write social studies. Then students, mark the answers. Okay, write down the answers in the science column as well as in the social studies column. Okay. Now, after attempting objective paper, you have to click on next option. Once you click on next, you will get subjective paper. Okay students, now again for the subjective, you have to keep A4 size sheets with you. Put down all the details, write down all the details, write date, your name, class and section and roll number. But it is very mandatory, you have to write down all these details on each and every sheet. Okay. Then put down the heading subjective, science, write down the answers of science in this column here. Then put down heading social studies, read all the questions of social studies and write down the answers here. Okay, then you, after writing down all the answers, click the image of this paper and then make it in a PDF form, and then you can upload this in the Google form. Okay, you will find a blue color option there, upload option. Click on that and upload your file there. Then at the end you can click on submit option. Okay students, I hope you understood this process of how to attempt the exam, right? Now students, for your convenience, please prepare all these sheets in advance before the exam. Okay, so that you could save your time during the exam, and also compile all these sheets and save these sheets in a folder, because you have to submit these sheets in the school on 22nd October. Okay, now let's discuss the syllabus of science. Students, 2 chapters of science will be coming in your exam. Chapter number 3, Animal Kingdom, and chapter number 4, Animal Habitats. Let's quickly revise both of them. Students, in chapter number 3, Animal Kingdom, we discussed that animals are divided into different categories. The very first category is on the basis of eating habits. Okay, on the basis of eating habits, animals are categorized into 5 categories. The first is herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, scavengers and parasite. Now, who are herbivorous? Those who eat plants. Carnivores are flesh eaters, and omnivores can eat both plant and flesh. Scavengers, they eat flesh of dead animals. Can you give me one example of scavengers? Please mention it in the comment box. And parasites are those animals who depend on other animals for food and nutrition, right? Students, animals are divided into another category on the basis of having backbone or not. According to that, animals are divided into two groups, vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates are those who have backbone, while invertebrates are those who do not have backbone. Okay, for example, fish and birds. Fish and birds are vertebrates, while insects and worms are invertebrates. Okay. Let's quickly revise each group of vertebrate animals. The very first group is fish. Can you tell me one example? Yes, it is shark. Shark belongs to which kingdom? It is fish. Okay, and fish breathe through gills. They live in water and they are cold-blooded animals. Cold-blooded are those who change their body temperature according to the surrounding. Okay. Now come to the second group. Birds. For example, ostrich. Birds breathe through air sacs. Birds live on land or they spend most of their time in air. And birds are warm-blooded. Warm-blooded means their body temperature remain constant despite change in the environment. Okay, now third group, amphibians. Amphibians, for example, frog, and they breathe through lungs and skin. How can they breathe? By two organs? Because amphibians are those who can live inside the water as well as on land, right? And they are cold-blooded. Fourth group, reptiles, for example, snake. Reptiles breathe through lungs, they live on land and they are cold-blooded. Last one, mammals. Who are mammals? Mammals give birth to their young ones and feed them with their milk. For example, cow. And mammals breathe through lungs. They live on land and they are warm-blooded animals. Okay. Revise book exercise of this chapter along with question and answers, and student, this check your progress which come inside the chapter. They are also the part of book exercise. So you have to revise that as well. Okay. Now students, come to chapter number 4, animal habitats. What is a habitat? It is a place where plants and animal lives. And for surviving in their particular habitat, they need some special features, and that special features known as adaptations. Okay, special features that help animals and plants to survive in their habitat are known as adaptations. Now, as we discussed, habitats are of 4 types: terrestrial habitat, aquatic habitat, arboreal habitat, and aerial habitat. What is terrestrial? In this habitat, animals live on land. Aquatic habitat, in this habitat, animals live inside the water. For example, fish. Animals of arboreal habitat spend most of their time on trees. For example, monkey. And aerial habitat, animals of aerial habitat spend most of their time in air. For example, birds. Birds belong from which habitat? Aerial habitat. Okay. Terrestrial habitat are again divided into two. First, desert habitat, and polar region habitat. Student, animals present in desert and polar region have different adaptation features, right? Quickly discuss adaptation features shown by different animals of these habitats. Firstly, terrestrial habitat, desert. Students, animals living in desert, for example, camel, they can survive without water for many days. They have long eyelashes and broad feet. Second, polar region animals, they have thick fur on their body to keep themselves warm, and they have thick layer of fat known as blubber. Okay. Come to aquatic. Aquatic animals have fins to swim, breathe through gills. Some aquatic animals, for example, whale, they don't have gills, so they come upon the surface of the water to breathe. Okay, now come to arboreal animal. As we know, they spend most of their time on trees, so they are having tails to balance on trees, okay, to make up balance on trees. Second, they have strong limbs so that they can climb easily on trees. Okay, now aerial animals spend most of their time in air, and adaptation features shown by these animals are they have light and hollow bones. Okay, that is why they can fly. And second, some birds migrate from one place to another, means they move from one place to another. Okay, so these were the adaptation features. I hope you understood. So students, revise book exercise, question and answer, and each and every concept of these two chapters. Okay, all the best for your exams. Bye.